Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a Punta Cana layout. So I have this Punta Cana box. It's still kind of a train wreck, but I don't have a whole heck of a lot of 12 by 12 papers left anymore. So I don't know if it's up yet, but I went through some recent purchases and went ahead and organized them and shared that on my channel, or will be sharing it on the channel. I'm not sure when it's going up. But I found these papers in my stack of papers that were purchased, and I decided that these papers needed to join this side too. These papers needed to join my Punta Cana kit, right? Because I was running out of full 12 by 12 papers. Don't have a lot left. So, there it is. I also had these washi stickers that I thought enough of them matched that I pulled those, and also 2 die cuts that I had pulled I thought would go well too. So this, like I said, it's a little bit of a train wreck right now. Oh, there's my I couldn't find these, you guys. I've been searching for these things for a little while because of the move, and that must be where I've been looking for this sucker too. I must have just popped things in here and didn't really pay attention to it. So I am going to grab some photos, figure out what to scrapbook, and actually make a Punta Cana layout, because I really want to get this project finished, because I want to use this for another project, right? There's always another project. Anyway, guys, let's see what I can do. Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am creating a Punta Cana layout, and I think I've already done the introduction for this video. I think I did. But anyway, we're doing it again. So 2 introductions. Woo! I did not participate every day for 30 Days of Sketches in June, so I'm going to be using, whoops, that's this sketch right here. And these photos, these are our food and snacks when we flew to the Dominican Republic. The sketch that I'm using is done by Corey Mace. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, 2 intros. Who would have thought? So I don't think the paper put away has gone up yet, so that might be later, but then you'll see the papers that I flipped through and picked out to put in the Punta Cana kit. So I am doing the triangles here, and I'm not doing them in any particular kind of way, meaning I'm not exactly matching them to the way they are in the sketch. In the sketch over on the left-hand side, they're a little bit thicker, bolder triangles. In the upper right-hand side, they're a little bit thinner. And I've decided that I'm just going to do them the way I want to do them. And that is what makes me happy. So that is what I'm going to do. Also, fun fact, this voiceover is happening in my hotel room in Walt Disney World, because I could not get my act together to get the voiceovers done before I left. So that is a thing. All right. I am using an edge distresser to distress the edges of these triangles, and that is because I want to add more texture to this page than just paper, right? Like, I feel like my Punta Cana layouts have a lot more texture to them, just as an overall kind of feeling about all of the layouts that I have, and they all have a very similar color palette. So there might be a page that has one color on it and another page has that same color on it, but a third and a fourth page might not have that color on it, but you get to the 5th page and that color's back. So there's kind of like an overarching theme of color and texture, and just the feeling that I have when I'm playing with these products for the Punta Cana album. I hope that that makes sense. I hope that I am conveying that to you guys. It sounds right in my head and it sounds right coming out of my mouth, but I hopped a red eye and got here and went straight to a park. So I'm exhausted, you guys, but it's a good kind of exhausted. It is I ran myself hard, enjoyed my time, and just had a blast. So hopefully it's all making sense because, it sounds like it is in my head. So I'm going to do the splatters because there are splatters on this sketch, and I'm using a couple different ones. I know I used the Kaisercraft that came in an order, a warehouse box order that I had purchased, and I think I used my ornament gold, and I know I used my pearl from Brutus Monroe. I think it was gold, pretty sure. Okay, so as you can see, the green paper is going to have a thicker paper to it, and the other ones are going to have a thinner paper to it. Does that make sense? And then on this one, I decided to make the pink the thicker paper that you see. So it's not exactly like the sketch like I was talking about before, and that's just because I made the sketch work for me. Sometimes you can look at a sketch and be like, yeah, I want to copy it exactly. And sometimes you can look at a sketch and be like, yeah, I am totally getting some awesome inspiration from this bad boy, and I just want to create my layout. And I think that that's where I was. I was like, wow, I'm getting some totally awesome inspiration, and let me play. So this is a text stamp, and I am just inking it all up and placing it around the layout. So in the sketch, there's like mixed media, right? Like you can tell there is supposed to be some sort of mixed media there because it's designated by splatters. So not only did I do the splatters, but I also went ahead and put that stamping down because stamping is mixed media, right? So mixed media, just a lot of the times when we say mixed media, we are thinking of wet stuff that happens all over the page. But really, in all actuality, mixed media can be when you add fabric to your paper, to your layout, because you're using paper and fabric. You're mixing your media, right? Like even ribbon, washi, and paper. You have mixed your media. But I think what we do is we get into a kind of like a mentality rut where it's like mixed media has to be wet. It's got to be paint. It's got to be stencils. It's got to be splatters. It's got to be that. It's got to be this. It's got to be big, lumpy, bumpy. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You do you. You do your mixed media the way you want to do your mixed media. Okay, so I am scrapbooking airline food. So this is food from Copa Airlines because we did fly Copa down to Punta Cana. We did have a layover in Panama. So I guess, I don't know, can you say you've been to a city if you've only been to the airport? We didn't have enough of a layover to leave the airport. So let me know. Let me know, do you think you can say you've been a place if you've only been to the airport? I'm very curious. Anyway, the food was okay. It wasn't tremendous. It wasn't horrible. It was okay. But there is a cookie in the smaller photo that was absolutely delicious, and I could eat those cookies for days. And I don't have a really big sweet tooth anymore, so if I could tell you that I would eat those cookies for days, they've got to be good cookies. So, yeah, good cookies. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pop these bad boys up on some fun foam. And it doesn't matter what color fun foam I'm using because it is going to be completely covered up. Now, why did I put away the Nouveau? Oh, this is why. So this is soft poly mesh, and I got it in the floral section at Hobby Lobby when it went on clearance. You could probably see that big orange sticker right there. And it's kind of, I think this is the waterproof floral mesh so that you could like make bows or wreaths or whatever out of it. But I thought, you know what? This is ridiculously cheap and I could use this on my scrapbook layouts. There was also a Star Wars placemat in the spring shop, and I bought it, and the girl who was checking me out was like, "Oh, are you buying this for your husband?" I was like, "No, I'm buying it to cut it up and put it on my scrapbook." So I just like using a plethora of different things in my scrapbooking. And they don't have to say this is made for scrapbooking, right? Like, it just doesn't. It just doesn't have to say this is made for scrapbooking, because I can find all kinds of things to throw in the scrapbook. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use that mesh as a layering piece on the photographs. And I am going to go ahead and staple that with my tiny attacher. And then I'm going to cover up the staples with washi tape, because my photo is sitting straight on top of the staples. And I don't want my photo dented, or, I don't want the staples to rust or do something funky and ruin the photo. Not that this is some sort of epic heirloom photo or anything like that, but, these are my albums and I want them to last at least as long as I'm alive. Once I'm dead, I don't care what happens to them, but I want to be able to enjoy them in the future. Now, I've heard some chatter online about a podcast, and I don't remember which one, but one of the podcasters was upset at the thought of their child throwing away their albums after they were gone. And frankly, I know you guys have heard me say this before, but I couldn't care less. Or I could care less. Could I care less? No, I could not care less. The grammar is rolling through my head right now. My eyes are rolling in my head because I'm trying to stay awake. It's been a long time since I fell asleep doing a voiceover, and we're not going to start back now. But I don't care. Right? Like, they can have a bonfire. They can throw them in the dump. They could leave them in our house and say, you got to keep the scrapbooks when you buy the house. I don't care what they do with them. I scrapbook selfishly, right? Like, I scrapbook emotionally and I scrapbook selfishly. I scrapbook for me and for me to enjoy the albums. Do I love it when my family looks through the albums? Of course I do, because I like reminiscing with them. There are other ways to reminisce, right? Like, there are other ways. So anyway, I don't care what happens to my albums, and I'm going to get off of that soapbox for a little while. As you can see, I've pulled out the glue gun to glue with this deco mesh. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. And I just figured that the glue gun would be a better way to hold the deco mesh in place rather than my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. So it looks like I'm building a little cluster with some fun little bits. And then once they are all together, I'm going to make sure that they are glued together as well. And go ahead and place it up here on these triangles here at the top of the page. So the way my photos are and how big the photo is, you kind of lose sight of the fact that the triangles on the left-hand side are actually triangles. I'm not sweating that. Like, that just, I'm just like, whatever. It's there. So that's all that matters, right? Is like that little bit of decoration is there. It coordinates with the decoration up at the top of the layout. And honestly, you guys, that is all that matters. Now, this is a My Mind's Eye chipboard sheet, and it is older than dirt. Well, maybe not that old, but it's pretty old. And I'm going to use a bunch of pieces off of here to add to this layout. So I'm going to use the pineapples because why not? They are pineapples. There's actually a ceramic stitch pineapple that I saw in Animal Kingdom today, and I think it was like $40. I'm like, I'm not paying $40 for a candle. I'm just not doing it. Like, that would have to be one big Mamba Jamma candle for me to pay 40 bucks for it. Let's just be real here. So I am flipping through my sticker book to see if there is anything that I can add to this layout, just to give it a little bit of oomph and a little bit of that extra pizzazz that it needs, right? Like that's what I'm looking for. Looking for oomph and looking for pizzazz. So I am putting down these super thin stickers on some white cardstock, and then I'm going to cut around them. And that way you see the sticker of the oh, what is that? You know how it's got, some of the stickers have like a reveal around them. So it's not cut off at the edge, it's cut off at some white or some cream or something like that. That's how I'm doing the stickers for this layout. So I just hope that it all works. I mean, I know that it works because I have finished the layout, but I hope you guys think that it all works. And not that I need validation from anyone, because I like the layout, but it's still nice to have other scrappy people appreciate your layouts, right? Like, it's just nice to have other people appreciate your layouts, to appreciate the effort, the hard work. They understand all that goes into it. So that makes me super happy. I'm still farting around. Okay, I am checking out the stickers. Sorry, I was being nosy, and people are walking outside my hotel room door, and I was trying to hear what they were kind of saying. So that was a little bit of radio silence that probably people are like, what the hell is wrong with you, Sandy? But anyway, I'm going to add some of these word stickers onto the layout as well, because it gives it a fun little punch of color, and I think that the layout needs this extra kind of peachy pink color on it. Now, I am going to ultimately get some foam letter stickers because I'm not really feeling the pre-made words that are in the sticker book as a title. I like the pre-made words in the sticker book. I like the sticker book, even though it is super thin. I have to back it on cardstock, but it's not going to be my main thing. Do you know what I mean? I almost said my main register, because main register is a work term. Good Lord. Okay. So I'm going to layer up the pineapple over top of the shell, just like I did up on that top portion of the layout. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some greenery back there, pop it up with some fun foam. I'm just trying to create a larger size cluster here underneath of the photograph. And at this point, I've almost utterly covered up all of the triangle. It's not stressing me out though, because the bits that are showing through, I think look fantastic. So this is where I'm going to figure out where to get everything finalized, right? Like, I have an idea, and now it is final now. Now it is final now. How many nows can I put into one sentence? Well, now I think that I have figured that out by now. So it's almost time to do this now. So let's go ahead and do it now. That was pathetic. Okay. So I am thinking about bringing in a word definition or something, because I have the word up at the top, but it's not really screaming at me like I belong here. It's just not, you guys. And I don't know how to make it scream at me, you belong here. So instead, I'm going to add some other things. So I'm just going to put these stickers on the page, and then I go ahead and put the stickers, the rest of the stickers on the page. Yeah, because you can see me doing that, and I just was a dunderhead saying that, but it's fine. It's fine. It's all going to be fine. And I'm still playing with those clear stickers. For some reason, the clear stickers are really speaking to me on this layout. A lot of the times clear stickers don't speak to me on a layout, and I have to mind them. Like I have to, when I say I have to mind the stickers, like I have to do something for them to actually work on my page. Okay, I am just watching myself scrapbook, and there was silence again. You guys, this is probably the worst voiceover I've done in a very long time, and I apologize. It's just, you know, sometimes it's the way things go. And there's still a lot more to happen on this layout. So I've got a mix of stickers. I've got the Simple Story stickers. I've got the Heidi Swap stickers. I've got the My Mind's Eye stickers. I got the Simple Story stickers. Like I am mixing and matching all of my stickers, and I'm slapping my pen against my leg with emphasis. I don't know if you can hear it, but the emphasis is there. All right, so now I'm going to bring in some more things. These are from My Mind's Eye, and I'm just going to layer them up until I think that they look fabulous. So of course I need to bring in more of this weird greenery stuff, because why not? And it's just kind of sticking up out of the photo there, but I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm going to do other things like pop it up on Fun Foam. All right, so I am using the ATG. There is that definition embellishment piece that I tried to use earlier but didn't make it onto the layout. And now I'm going to grab my Ornament Gold Chroma Mist, so it was Ornament Gold that I used, and my pearl, and place it up top there, because there wasn't hardly any spray that had landed in that spot. All the spray had landed underneath of where I put the photograph. So I wanted to make sure that you could see it. I'm going to go through a few last minute changes here about what I can do to get this layout going. So there is that greenery bit. I have a geotag with the airplane on it. I've got this that needs to actually go down on the page, because apparently I'm just scrapbooking away without adhering my stuff, which kind of sucks. You should adhere your stuff, right? Like that should happen. And now I just need to figure out the title. So I grabbed these Simple Stories foam letter stickers, which I decided would be fabulous. So I go ahead and put down Copa. And what else am I going to put down? Sometimes it's a struggle watching yourself scrapbook, because you just don't remember exactly what you were doing and which direction you were going in. Like I know I'm going to put these gold hearts down because they are super cute, and they go with these, the rest of these embellishments. So I'm going to shut up. You're welcome. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.